Welcome to the September 2019 edition of the Michigan Credit Union League and CUSG Priority Report. At MCUL and CUSG, we're energized for a busy fall season. This month, both the League and CUSG will be meeting with our boards for strategic planning for 2020 and beyond. Every year, our management team looks forward to meeting with our boards to talk about our past accomplishments in the prior year, as well as to lay out our priorities and objectives for the coming years. These sessions are immediately followed by our Executive Summit at Bay Harbor and the Fall Leadership Development Conference in Traverse City. With both our state and federal lawmakers back from summer recess, we're in full swing with meet and greets with our lawmakers. Meeting up with our lawmakers at credit unions or their offices in Lansing and Washington, D.C. is especially critical going into 2020. Your engagement is necessary to continue to promote credit unions and our not-for-profit tax status, among other issues. We hope you join us for Capitol Day in Lansing and our Hike the Hill in Washington, D.C. Now, bankers are currently and aggressively targeting our tax status. That's nothing new. Please consider, though, joining us as we meet with our lawmakers to remind them of the credit union difference and the reason for our tax-exempt status. Only you can do that. We as lobbyists can talk issues, but having credit union leaders show up to tell their story and examples of community commitment are absolutely critical for us in this tax discussion with lawmakers. And going forward, consider making advocacy engagement a high priority in 2020 and beyond. Hand in hand with our legislative meetings, we're raising dollars for our PACs and for the A Stronger Financial Michigan Fund. There are various opportunities to support these efforts, as you know. For all the details, be sure to visit our website or contact a member of our team. At the federal level this fall, our focus is on seeking a safe harbor for cannabis banking for credit unions, monitoring suggested reforms to the Bank Secrecy Act, and supporting a delay on the implementation of CECL. On the state side, we're working with lawmakers on identity theft issues, as well as working with our Attorney General on the Elder Abuse Task Force to ensure any regulations connect with what credit unions already do to protect their elder members or senior members. But we also want to ensure that the resulting laws or regulations don't place too much of a burden, obviously, on the credit union industry. Now, last month, our Michigan credit union community had a victory on the frivolous ADA website lawsuits. Two of our Michigan credit unions, Arrowquip and Bell River Community Credit Union, were targeted by these lawsuits who brought frivolous claims on behalf of a plaintiff who didn't even qualify for membership at a credit union. And fortunately, with help from CUNA and the Michigan Credit Union League in filing amicus briefs, the Sixth Circuit reversed a Michigan court's refusal to dismiss those cases. Now, you can read more about that important victory on our website, but we're very pleased with the outcome, and we thank our partners at CUNA for working with these credit unions to get a successful outcome. I'm also happy to share with you some updates on our awareness campaign with the launch of New Creative last month, as well as the Michigan Credit Union Foundation activities and upcoming education events. On the CUSG side, we have plenty of new and exciting announcements, including developments with ComplySite and Affirmex as great implementation tools for credit unions in their effort to be compliant with the myriad regulations, both federal and state, as well as reporting on our recent acquisition of MemberXP, which is a member experience tracking tool for credit unions. So on the federal advocacy front, during Congress's recent break, MCUL and local credit unions had an opportunity to attend in-district events for many members of our delegation. In July, we sent a letter to them highlighting the negative impact that the CECL rule would have on credit unions. And we're in the process of following up with each of the offices to answer any remaining questions that they might have. This fall, we anticipate the U.S. House of Representatives will pass a number of bills that benefit credit unions and their members. The bills include the SAFE Banking Act, Bank Secrecy Act revisions, robocall legislation, and a bill to reauthorize the National Flood Insurance Program. We will continue to monitor these issues through the fall and into next year. As mentioned, CECL will be on our Hike the Hill agenda, and if you want to learn more about this or if you have questions about CECL, be sure to register for the MCUL's Executive Summit and Fall Leadership Conferences, where that topic will be covered. Check out the extended version of Priority Report for more information on our federal advocacy agenda, including a preview of the 2020 election and credit unions' important involvement in key races. Now, on the state advocacy front, our team has been working directly with our Attorney General to address the growing issue pertaining to financial exploitation and abuse of elders. Through a series of task force meetings and work groups with the Attorney General's office and other interested parties, the MCUL has worked to find the best course of action moving forward. We want to ensure that when vulnerable adults are being financially exploited or abused, credit unions and all financial institutions have the tools and resources in place to be able to contact the correct agency on their behalf. Legislation has been introduced to address this issue by Senator Peter Lucido. In conjunction with the Senator and with the MBA, the Michigan Bankers Association, we believe that this legislation is a good compromise to help protect vulnerable and elderly adults without bringing too much burden to financial institutions. Now, uniform assignment of rents legislation has also been drafted and is set to be introduced by Representative Brant Iden shortly. The legislation will provide a greater framework for how rents are assigned if a commercial borrower defaults on their loan. Additional information on this bill likewise can be found in our detailed priority report on our website. On the regulatory compliance front, with planning season approaching, it's important that credit unions are placing compliance high on the list of priorities in credit union strategic plans. When doing this, it's helpful to think of regulatory compliance as a three-legged stool comprised of advocacy, information, and implementation tools. Each area needs to be addressed. The MCUL has a compliance committee that meets quarterly that has credit union professionals coming together to help us identify the important compliance issues that we need to work on together. Last month, Case Credit Union hosted the first meeting, which brought together 50 credit union compliance and regulatory professionals from across our state. Attendees were given a platform to discuss cannabis banking and receive an update from Dykema Gossett, the Dykema law firm. We'd love to hear feedback from attendees and would also welcome suggestions for speakers and topics for future compliance meetings. Also in the area of compliance, we're very excited to launch the AffirmX product in Michigan alongside our ComplySite product. I recently published an article for CU Insight and an associated video that talks about the three-legged stool of compliance that I referenced earlier. But AffirmX and ComplySite are great tools for credit unions to make sure that they can inventory regulations and their compliance with them using these two tools. ComplySite is more of a do-it-yourself software product, whereas AffirmX is a more full-service risk management platform. Now, on to consumer awareness. Last month, we launched additional creative for Michigan's Open Your Eyes to a Credit Union campaign in conjunction with CUNA. This completes the Michigan-specific messaging around convenience, mobile technology, service diversity and sophistication, and our credit union's community commitment. You can view all 13 digital videos, including the newest marketing materials, on our MCUL website. And we hope that you're taking advantage of the wide variety of integration materials so that you can use these assets to align with your own credit union brand as part of the campaign. It's been very encouraging to see credit unions adding their brands and coordinating and integrating individual credit union marketing with the cooperative campaign. Our upcoming annual consumer research in conjunction with CUNA will also help to determine how we're moving the needle with the cooperative advertising that we're doing. MCUL is also conducting surveys to gain your feedback so that we know how credit unions are reacting to this Open Your Eyes to a Credit Union campaign. Those insights are very important and valuable to us. The long-term success of cooperative advertising that we've enjoyed in Michigan for many decades is a direct result of your funding and engagement and usage of this campaign for your own individual credit union benefit. CU Link's success comes from your contributions, from your integration efforts, and your input that helps us make the campaign better in the future. Now to transition to the Michigan Credit Union Foundation. With the new school year here, the Michigan Credit Union Foundation now has financial reality fairs ready to go for credit unions. Michigan credit unions are leaders in school financial education and the financial reality fairs that are put on. We have an app ready for you to download to help you enhance and expand your participation. Last month more than 20 credit union financial educators gathered for the Financial Education Connection, or FEC, meeting to learn about statewide initiatives, share best practices, and to network. The new Financial Reality Fair app that I mentioned was demonstrated at this meeting. Credit union fair facilitators will be able to use that app to track and analyze spending on mobile devices or tablets. Already this year, the Foundation Financial Reality Fair materials have been utilized by credit unions to facilitate 47 fairs, reaching over 3,800 young people. So as you get a chance to check out the new app, please contact our Foundation Executive Director, Beth Troost, to get the information that you need to be fully engaged with the Michigan Credit Union Foundation on these financial education activities. Now to our education area. We continue to hear credit unions express a need to build leadership skills. And so several years ago, the League responded to these requests with the introduction of Intentional Credit Union Leadership, an active training event that throws out the idea that conferences must be full of passive listening. This event brings together a mix of talented leadership experts to help staff from every department in every role learn to lead with intention. Each year, new topics, speakers, and attendees create a new experience to sharpen the skills of credit union leaders. And because many of you have committed to returning to this event in order to refine your skills, the League is proud to present third-year attendees with a recognition award for their ongoing commitment and achievements. The credit union movement needs professionals throughout the industry who maintain a competitive edge and are intentional mentors and leaders, obviously. So you can register and find out more about these events at our website. Meanwhile, Technology Solutions is currently reviewing two new product opportunities. The first is a robo-investment platform for fractional share investing or automated investment management. And a second is a product called MyCUID, which is part of a partnership that we have with CU Ledger. We'll have more on these products in the coming months, but we're excited about the possibilities. In the Performance Solutions division, we're also working toward Performance Pro integration with our learning management system that is called TLC 360 to help integrate learning management with performance and compensation in one platform. And so we're excited to bring this to the Michigan market, and we look forward to answering your questions about how you can use these tools in a very integrated way for talent management within your credit union. Moving on to our Strategic Advisory Solutions area. SAS has created an e-advisory site that includes 8 modules that have been developed for purchase that include content on strategy-infused marketing, how to transition from traditional to digital marketing, and achieving authenticity in branding and advertising. As many of you know, League InfoSite has agreed to sell its compliance management system, ComplySite, to this Affirmex CU company that I referenced. So we now have Affirmex and ComplySite ready to bring to market for our Michigan credit unions. We hope you'll take a look at one of those products. So in this priority report, we're calling on our credit union community to stay engaged and redouble their efforts with advocacy, to take advantage of our education programs, to check into Affirmex as a compliance audit tool along with ComplySite, to support our cooperative advertising campaign, Open Your Eyes to a Credit Union, and to take advantage of the offerings of CUSG in areas of technology, marketing, human resource software, and our advisory services. We hope that there's something in this report that you found beneficial, and we know that together we're stronger as we work together with our Michigan credit union community to come up with support resources and offerings that help credit unions be successful so that together we can have an impact on people's lives. Thank you for listening.